How we doing? We're going to have some fun today. You're going to enjoy a wonderful cooking opportunity. Jay's going to show off some of his talents. So coming to you directly from Dock C at the Salon of Andiamo, may I present the Galley Gourmet, Mr. Jay.
But wait, if you don't know where to subscribe or follow to him, you can follow Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube.
Are you guys excited about today? I really want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's get started, right? What we're going to start with today is goat cheese tomato tart. There's a lot of recipes out there. There's different versions. I've been playing with different things. One of the things I like is my go-to, which just seems simple, which is caramelized onions, goat cheese, tomato, and it's baked, crispy, yummy. Is a great starter. Also, not only just a starter, but it's also a great meal. So you can actually use this and put a little side salad to it, or French fries, or whatever your likings are. It's a great lunch, could be a dinner, or just, again, a starter. So what we're gonna do is we got some caramelized onions going on right here. So what I did was we took an onion, we cut it in half, and then cut them in moon shapes. And this takes a good, the reason why I did this ahead of time and not show you how to actually cut this is because it takes a good 10, 15 minutes just to get it nice, because you're gonna do this on low. So once this is good, actually, I'm gonna add some more olive oil to this. So once this gets going, then we're gonna turn around, add a little bit of garlic. So now I've got the caramelized onions in here. I'm just gonna add a little bit of garlic on this. And then we're gonna add some thyme to this, because everyone has time for thyme. I know it's an old joke. And we're just gonna cook this for a couple of minutes. Actually less than a couple of minutes. We just want everyone to get to know each other a little bit. We're gonna add a little wine to this. So what we wanna do is we're gonna put this on higher heat so everything gets going, but what we wanna do is evaporate the wine. We want the flavors, but we don't want the liquid. Those that don't drink, keep the liquid in. I totally forgot to mention the Clearwater Yacht Club. They did an amazing job to help me set things up. They're actually back there, you know, they prepped everything, they do everything, so you guys get to taste all this food, but they're ready to do this. And I just really want to give them a round of applause for helping me out for this. They have been absolutely amazing. So they did a lot of the prep work for me, and so I don't have to do too much nor waste your time, so you don't just have to listen to me talk. You know, when you go in the grocery store, you can find the puff pastries in the freezer section. Take one out, take two out, depending upon who you're gonna be with. What I'm doing today is for one. What you have in your books is actually for two. For the tart is for two, and the crab cakes are for 4 to 6, depending. Just to let you know right now, what we're gonna do today is for one. So again, Club already did this for me, but typically you're gonna get it. You're going to roll it out with some flour, just get the lines out. But you still want a good thickness on it. Once you roll it out, I use this, but it's 5 inches. So if you have a bread plate or whatever, you can put it on top of the dough, take your paring knife, cut around it, and then you have a great circle. And then what you want to do is take your paring knife and just do a little border. You don't want to cut all the way through. What you're going to do is, this is going to puff up. So kind of like a pizza idea, but you're just going to do a little border, and your filling is going to go inside. To start with the tart, we are going to, where am I at here? Here. We're going to add a little Parmesan grated, shredded, however you want to do. Just go right in the center. Then we're going to add some goat cheese. And we're just going to crumble that right on here. Okay? You don't want too much. Kind of looks good, right? Then we're going to add, wait, I am missing something. What am I missing? I'm missing something. Yeah, can you read the recipe for me? So now we're going to add some tomato. Now, here you can do thick slices, which is actually kind of nice if you actually take your tomato and cut really nice thick slices across. It'll lay on top. Don't go out. If you've ever watched my show, I am all about cheatables. And what I mean by cheatables is don't go out and just buy fancy ingredients. Use what you have in your refrigerator. I always have cherry tomatoes. Literally, I always have them. Or Roma tomatoes, I always have. Do a couple slices. Use what you think you have. So now we're going to add some salt and pepper to this right on top. And then we're going to do some olive oil. We're going to sprinkle this right on top. And this is going to go into a 425 oven. I think that's what it was, 425. Now, the kitchen just told me that it was 18 minutes. My oven was 2025. So everyone's oven's a little different, but this was really cool that they got it done in, I think he told me 16 or 18 minutes, whatever it was. So now this is going to go onto a sheet pan and go into the oven. I'm not going to do that because we don't have 16, 20, 25 minutes. So you should be having hello. Oh, you're going to show me and then here's see, he gets in my way every time and I have to stop and pose. And it's now about me. But as you get it, this is what the outcome is going to be.
Can we see it?
Yeah, you can see it.
Oh, yes. Yes. Delish.
Or trade plates?
Okay, if no one knows, which everyone knows you, Captain JP. He will turn around and go, well, I think I have to go home. What are you doing? X, Y, and Z. Well, I don't have to go home right now.
I have at least 20 pounds that I can blame on Jay.
Actually, that's perfect. Okay, when you mess up like me, just add the onions on top. It's perfect. I don't know if anyone's actually seen my show or anything, but Matt has given me my own camera that I can talk to. It's almost like therapy for me. And now people are stealing J-Cam, and it's because of his fault. So when you start seeing episodes where it now says Heather Cam, Cat Cam, I'm like, oh, there's an episode coming up that you have to see. I'm not gonna say anything, but I kind of witnessed what they were plotting, and it's gonna be pretty funny, I have to admit. My J-Cam, I love J-Cam. And again, you know all my darkest secrets, and you are not telling anybody. Hear me? I love you. Okay, so.
I love you too.
I want everybody able to have this, take a couple bites, and then I'll go ahead and on to the crab cakes. Right now, the crab cakes, I'm pretty sure everyone's had crab cakes, right? Yeah. And we're always like unsure. We're unsure. How's it going to taste? Is it going to have a lot of filling? Is it going to do this? Is it going to do that? So, as a quick story, Lance and I, Lance had his triple bypass, and he wanted to go to an event that was in Palm Beach, at the golf resort, Palm Beach, was it? And I can tell you, I was 30, not even 30 yet, maybe 30. Well, I'll just say 21. But he had this beautiful Jaguar. I was just in awe with his Jag. And I had to drive it. And he had to sit in the back seat because he couldn't be in front of the airbags or, any, which is pretty funny because he had to have a seatbelt on, but they were concerned, like, if I got into one accident. But anyway, I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. I get to drive his Jag, drive all the way down, and oh my God, I don't know if I remember having it as a kid, the little PlayStation little car thing go beep, beep, beep. I swear to God, I wanted to buy that for him because he had the fold down tabletops in the back. Set that up because all he did was tell me how to drive. For 3 or 4 hours, however long it was, slow down, speed up, do this, do that. Anyway, we show up and he gets out of the car. I pop the trunk to get our luggage out, and he wanders off with the valet or the luggage people. And I'm stuck with valet, and they treated me like the driver. And then we went to go check in, and they said, "Oh, do you need a separate room for your driver?" I was pissed. So anyway, we check in, we do our thing, and we're both starving. So we went to the hotel restaurant, and I'm like, "Oh, I really want a crab cake." So I ordered the crab cake, and it was one of the best crab cakes I've ever had. And I asked the waitress, can I get the recipe from the chef? And they're like, oh, the chef doesn't give out the recipes. Well, next thing you know, the old, what do you call the checks? Lance, what was that? The waiter's checks or whatever you call it? Come out with a list of the ingredients. And the only reason why I got that is because he was changing the recipe the next day. And I was like, why would you change the recipe? Well, for years I've been doing this crab cake according to his ingredients. And now I came up with a way of making something I feel, and I think a lot of people will agree, even better. So with that being said, let's get started. And there's a couple techniques that really make this good, which is not just necessarily throwing everything together, which you can absolutely do that. Now, again, I'm just gonna make one crab cake, but I think the recipe on there is for 4 to 6 that it makes. But I'm just gonna do a sample for one. So what you wanna do is beat your egg first and get that well incorporated. Get that incorporated. Now we're gonna add mayonnaise. Now I would love to tell you how much to add to this. I'm gonna eye it because I'm only making one. But the thing is, you wanna whisk this together so that the mayonnaise mix in with the egg so it's smooth. If you don't do this, you're gonna have, like, I don't know if you can see it right now, but you're gonna have some lumps in it. But it only takes a couple minutes and then it'll just come right together. Now, it seems weird, but again, add, we got some Dijon mustard. So to this one, I'm gonna add about a tablespoon and a half to this one. And whisk that together so that the sauce is all together, it's incorporated. And then now we just add everything else to it, just that simple. So I've got some shallots, finely minced shallots. We're gonna add some green onion. We have some Old Bay. Now, I'm using Old Bay in the recipe because pretty much everyone has Old Bay, but you use it once or twice in a year. Chesapeake Bay is one of my favorite seasonings, and I use that. What's the Red Hot? Was it Red Hot? I use that shit on everything.
Fred's Red Hot.
Yeah. I use Chesapeake Bay on everything, but right now we have Old Bay because I know that's something that everyone has in their pantry, and I really don't want people to go out and buy ingredients that they aren't only going to just use once or twice. So anyway, we're going to use a couple of tablespoons of Old Bay in this. Actually, I forgot we're only using one, so this is good. Now we're going to whip that up. Now onto the crab. I have the crab here. When you go in and you buy jumbo lump, buy jumbo lump. I know it costs a little bit more, but that's where you get your girth of the crab. When you get your crab, I don't want you to destroy the crab. Keep the integrity of the crab, but you want to make sure that you go through and get the cartilage out. And I'm sure everyone knows this, but just saying. So of course, thank you, Steph. They've already gone through this, so I don't have to do it. She just reminded me, Worcestershire, a couple dashes. I did that, right? I already did that. What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna put the crab in this bowl. What I want to do is make sure, the only reason why I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that we have enough. Take a spatula and you're just going to want to fold. Don't stir, don't anything, do violent to this because you want to keep the integrity of the crab. So you're just going to kind of fold this in. And just make sure it's good. Now that everything is coated, now we're gonna go for the panko. I like panko, and if you want this gluten-free, they have gluten-free panko. So this can absolutely be gluten-free. So we're just gonna fill this in. I'm not looking for it to be cakey. And if I can show you, this is exactly what I'm kind of looking for. It's still wet. It's still yummy, no breading, outside of the little bit of panko that we put in there. Now, at this moment, we're gonna put this in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes. Obviously, I don't have a refrigerator, so that's not gonna happen. But what I'm gonna do is, we're gonna cheat. And this. So, I'm not telling you have to go buy this, but this is called a sizzle pan, and it's one of my favorite things I use. There's a lot of favorite things I use. I think the staff, Lance and his office staff is kind of sick and tired of Amazon coming to the office, and it's like, what the hell did Jay buy now? And there's always a reason why I buy it. I'm just saying, but I think the person that's more nervous is Heather, because she goes, where the hell am I going to put this? So if you have this, don't go out and buy it. Use a sheet pan, do whatever you got to do. Let's pretend this just came out of the refrigerator. What we're going to do is, this is how I like to plate it. Now, at this moment, you can turn around and do your patties, form them. If you're going to form them into patties, go over a bowl and squeeze out the extra liquid, because that's what's going to keep it formed, because this was in the refrigerator for 20 minutes or so. And if you're having a party, by the way, if you're having a party, this can go in there for 2 hours. I wouldn't do any longer than that, but up to 2 hours, this is going to be great. Then you're able to hang out with everybody, have cocktails, do whatever you got to do, and then just go into the kitchen really quick. It's done, 8 to 10 minutes. So I like using a ring mold because it's sexier. And I just put it right in the ring mold. And this is what I mean. So using a ring mold, do you see the drippings? Push that out. And again, like I said, this is going to be in there in the refrigerator for 20 minutes or whatever. So all the flavors are in there. Then we pop this out. Pretty, right? As is. So because I didn't have my oven on, so I'm not able to cook this for you at this moment, but this would go in there at 500 degrees. And what's gonna happen is, I don't know if everyone can see, but you have little spikies and stuff. When this comes out, I'm gonna show you how this, well, I can't show you now, but I will show you what I'm talking about. When you take this out, you're gonna take a fish spatula, lift it up, and flip it upside down. You have a nice crust on the bottom, which is now your top. But I'm gonna go ahead and whip up a quick tartar sauce, and then you'll be able to see how it's plated when that comes out. They just brought it out, but I'm gonna make the tartar sauce, but you can see how it lays and how beautiful and chunky. You can see the crab.
Yes.
Hungry? Hungry?
Oh, I can't see it back there.
Well, you're gonna get your own. All right, so for the tartar sauce, I got my little handy dandy. You could use a blender, you can use the food processor. I like my little quickie, little quick guy to make sauces and different things. So we're gonna start with mayonnaise, sour cream, and it's 2 to 1. So basically like 2 cups to 1 cup of sour cream. We've got capers. We've got dill pickle, chopped dill pickle. You don't have to finely chop or anything because everything's gonna get blended in. We've got lemon juice. Okay, this life stuff drives me nuts. Nothing works. And then we have a beautiful tartar sauce. That is really good. So now we have this. When you go to a fancy restaurant and they do the spoon, you know what I mean, where they do a design, just quickly show, dollop. So think if you're looking at the plate, 6 to 12, 6 to 12. And you have your smear. And then I like just put the crab cake where that is, garnish on top, microgreens. There you can stop. And if you don't, because I'm me, and because I like champagne and caviar, a little caviar right on top. And then again, this can be an appetizer. This can be a main, however you want to do it. If you want this as a main for a lunch, for a dinner, take a little olive oil and a little vinaigrette, dress some greens, and then just lay right on the side. I mean, even though, again, this is not cooked, but who would not love this? And there is my crab cake. Uncooked crab cake. So hopefully they're coming out with it and you guys can enjoy this. Again, this is my first time doing this. I wouldn't mind, you know, doing a little more of this if anyone's interested, or if the club is interested that I can do this and do a little bit better idea and go, oh wait, that has to be on. Oh, this would help if that was on and there was gas, you know. But I'm having fun with the camaraderie and having fun with y'all. So I hope this was good and you guys enjoyed it, and you know, probably have some more cocktails and better. Cheat, 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 cheat. Cheat, cheat.
It was absolutely fantastic. It was so much fun. Jay is so entertaining. His crab cakes are the best I've ever had, and this did not disappoint. And I almost couldn't make it through.
It's so Jay. He loves to cook. He loves people. The crab cake was marvelous, darling. It was fun. Had a great time.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
It was excellent.
It was
excellent.
excellent.
Very well done. The Yacht Club did a great job. Jay, I had no doubt that he would do a really good job because that's just who he is. I'm very proud of him.
You get to see him cooking, get to see the meal, and then you get to eat it.